So let's just proceed to the next question, which is question number 7. Again, let me just scroll this question a little bit and let me just make it little larger for you. See, this was our question number 7. Now see, this question number 7 belongs to again the advanced math module, and from the advanced math it actually belongs to the quadratic equation. Okay, so they have mentioned that the difficulty level is hard here, but don't worry, it's not going to be hard here. That's going to be tricky again. Okay, now see, the question is saying in the xy plane, a line with the equation y by 2 is equals to 1.75. Okay, so one of the equation of the line is mentioned. Okay, further, the question is saying this line intersects a parabola at exactly 1 point. Okay, so there are two things related. One is related to the linear equation and one is related to the parabola. That is why in the reference they have mentioned that you should learn parabola concept before proceeding to this thing. Okay, so the question reference is also mentioned here for you. See, now further this question is saying if the parabola has the equation this thing. Okay, so like the way we have the equation of the line, we have the equation of this parabola as well, where of course b is a negative constant. So they have mentioned b value should be a negative number. It can be a constant, can be a real integer, anything, but it has to be the constant but to negative. Okay, then in such scenario, what is the value of b? Okay, now see, always and always remember, if two things are intersecting at some point, that means that point is common to both of them. Are you getting this thing? See, whether it's two linear equation, whether it's two lines, whether it's two parabola or a circle or a line or anything, if two things are intersecting at some point, so definitely there will be a common point between both of them. Okay, common point means what? At that point the value of x and y will be same. Okay, now what does this mean? See, the very first equation of line was y by 2 equals to 1.75. Okay, so if I just simplify this thing, so I'll be having y is equals to 3.5. Okay, so this is the equation of your line, and the equation of parabola is mentioned as minus 14x square plus bx. Okay, this is the equation of parabola. Now, because they are saying they are intersecting at exactly 1 point, that means for that point, the value of x and y will be same for both of them. Okay, and if it is same, so if I just mark this as equation 1 and this, let me just scroll it down, and if I mark this as equation number 2, so for that point of intersection, I can compare these two curves. That means I can compare equation 1 and 2. So if I do so, so I will be having minus 14x square plus bx equals to 3.5. Okay, now let's just simplify this equation. See, so I'll be having minus 14x square plus bx minus 3.5 equals to 0. That's what I have. Okay, now I'm going to mark some stars here so that you can remember how to proceed with such kind of question. See, they are saying they will intersect exactly at 1 point. Okay, now just have a look on this equation. This equation is saying it's a quadratic equation. That means definitely there exist two values of x. Are you getting my point? Okay, so in your mind, you should behave like there is a conflict. Our equation is saying x value should be 2. But the question is saying there would be exactly 1 point. So you should find how to relate these two things. See, if I have the real roots, but if they are the equal roots, so they will intersect at the same point and the x value will be 2 here. Are you getting this thing? See, if the value of discriminant is equals to 0, that means, see, if my b square minus 4ac equals to 0. Now, what does this mean? Now, in that condition, your roots will be real and equal. And this is the only case which is possible here, because our question is saying they will intersect at only one single point, and the equation is saying there will be two roots of x. That means, of course, there will be only 1 point of intersection, but there will be two roots. They are the equal one. Okay, so you have to use this concept, and because we know that is possible in this case only, that means you have to put down for this equation b square minus 4ac should be equals to 0. Okay, so let's just do that. So see, my b square minus 4ac, so see, b square would be b square again, because see, this is b only. Okay, minus 4a, is minus 14. What is C? That is minus 3.5. Okay. And that should be equal. That is the only possibility for this question. Okay. Now let's just simplify this thing. So see, I'll be having B square, then minus. So just simplify this thing with the help of your calculator. So see, 14 into 4 into 3.5, that would be 196. So it would be 196 equals to 0. Okay. So B square equals to what? Plus 196. So B value comes out as what? Plus minus 14. Isn't it? Because see, 14 square is what? 196. Okay. Now let me just go back to the question, what the question was saying. Question was saying B is a negative constant. Okay. So again, I'm going to put some stars here. The question has already mentioned the value of B should be negative. So of course, after doing the square root, there comes two answers, plus 14 and minus 14. But you can only and only take the minus 14 because it has to be a negative constant. Okay. And that's what the value of your B. So B value is minus 14. So that is how you should proceed for such kind of question. Okay. Again, that's a tricky question, but it is not at all a tough question. It is not at all a hard question. Okay. What is the key point here? You have to relate this thing and this thing, that they will intersect exactly at one point. So there is a only possibility that this equation have real and equal roots. Okay. I hope this tricky question number 7 is clear to everyone. Anyone having any doubt in this? Please tell me. No, I guess. Okay.